Be used to pumping, used to the Formula racing, obviously European and World Formula Champion Casper Baumann. So that's it. It's really not very windy at all. They're just sort of cruising down this last reach. Not exactly full power slalom racing, that's for sure, but there is enough. I would say it's on the edge. Could be in for a very long elimination, number 4. But qualifying for this one, we've got Antoine Albo, followed by Steve Allen, followed by Iachino, followed by Casper Baumann. He was charged down hard by Vonk down that last reach, but it was a little bit too late for Jordi Vonk. He's out in the first round, so it's a shame. He was having a very good competition. He was the leading youth coming into this, and I imagine that, I don't think he'll change things just yet. It's going to depend, because these guys obviously get a discard after this round. So discard makes all the difference. Definitely make all the difference for Gonzalo Costa-Hovel, because he has one bad result. He has a 10th, a 2nd and a 26th, so he's going to want to get rid of that. Matteo Iachino sitting in 6th place at the moment. But the standout man, the one that really needs discard, is Josh Angulo. 2 firsts and a 30th. So he needs a good result here in this 4th elimination to get rid of that 30th. Yep, we need to finish the whole elimination for a discard account, but it does look light out there. You can just see how light it is. Couple of Gastras in this one.
3, 2, 1. Good start, good start.
H24 has been on the starts today again. His was the first number read out over the start line, but whether he was on the line or whether he hit it with speed is a different matter. It does look like someone's dropped off the back there, and that could be Peter Vollwater. Not a lot of breeze. You get rolled over in these light conditions and it makes a big difference. So expect to see Ross Williams right up there at the first mark. These will be his conditions. So we've got Ross Williams, Costa-Hovel, Vollwater, Cordell also on the Gastra, Sacken, Sylvain Musulmani, the gun, and it's Vollwater round in first, Williams maybe second, Board, oh maybe Gonzalo's up there as well in third, and then we got Sylvain Musulmani's up there on the simmer. I'm guessing it can't be who he said it was, Board on the Gastra, so it's either... It is Ross Williams, yeah, that's what we thought. So Ross Williams on that first Gastra. The second Gastra of Cordell is sitting a bit further back. So out in the lead, is it Gonzalo Costa-Hovel now? Oh, what's that big spray there? Did someone go down? It must have. No? Just the boat hitting a wake? Something looked like it hit a big bit of wake there. It looked like someone had gone down, maybe Ross Williams. I think Ross Williams went down there. I don't know if we get a replay of that, but it did look like a big splash. Something happened. We're not sure what it was. But I think it's Vollwater. Well, anyway, Vollwater's out in the lead. Costa-Hovel in 2nd place. And then maybe Cedric Board or Ross Williams. We're not sure who it was. If it was Ross Williams down, it's Cedric Board in 3rd. And Sylvain Musulmani in 4th place and qualifying. But again, looks very light. Looks very difficult. Big dust coming through the competition area. Okay, so still rounding first is Peter Vollwater. Not a lot of breeze around that mark. Gonzalo Costa-Hovel in 2nd place. We think, is that Cedric Board up into 3rd now? If that was Ross that...
Okay, so then we got Peter Vollwater, Gonzalo Costa-Hovel, Germany 2 points.
Ah, it's Cordell, obviously, because Cedric Board's not... It just confused me. Okay, so it is. Cordell is right up into a position. So it was Ross Williams that catapulted, or something happened on that 2nd reach. We're not exactly sure what happened, but something did, and Cordell has took advantage, and he is in a qualifying position now. So a good race from Peter Vollwater. You know, not his conditions, you'd have to say, but making the most of it. 2nd place, Gonzalo Costa-Hovel looking very steady. Cordell taking advantage of that slip by Ross Williams, and he's up into 3rd place, looking good. And Sylvain Musulmani, at the moment, is in a nice, easy 4th place position, and he will qualify for the next round. And at the moment, Ross Williams missing out. So Sylvain Musulmani, a good result for him, getting out that first round. It's quite a tough heat, this one. 7 to 9 knots, so really is right on the wind minimum on the outside buoy. but it is within the racing limits. But you can just tell it's super light. It looks a little bit different from earlier, and it wasn't super windy earlier, but it was definitely a little bit windier than that. So that's where we're sitting at the moment. That's what's going down. Okay, sorry, I've this replay. Look, check the first sail of the Gastra, blue Gastra at the front. Wow, there it is. I'm not sure what happened. Plenty of spray coming up and just catapult as he came into the jibe mark. So that was what happened to Ross Williams. We saw a big bit of spray from, I don't know if there's some swell coming from somewhere. Maybe it's this mystery swell Justina Schnelly's been on about, coming in early. Or maybe it was a wake from a boat, but that's what put Ross Williams down in the pack. So he is really not having a good competition here in Silt. It's not going all his own way. Well, anyway, we're back up to the start line for heat number 4. Guadagnino with the best start of the bunch on the 0.7. So Guadagnino, V69 with the best start. We've got Rosati in this. He's on a 0.7. We've got Rakowski on a 0.7. A few 0.7s in this. This is going to be tricky. I hope they're calling the people. But it is quite choppy out there. Like I said, you see a lot of side swipe, a lot of spray coming off the boards. The boys bouncing around a lot. Kentel's in this. Fleshner's in this. So let's have a look when they come around the first mark. This is what we really need the mark ratings on. Well, Kentel's in second place, that's for sure. Who else we got? Fleshner's up there as well. Kentel and Fleshner, but there's not a lot of wind. Boys struggling to get away from the marks. And I think the 0.7 boys have sort of outdone the Pride boys on that one. They've come away better out of that first mark. So Dione in the lead. Rosati's up there as well. We've got also, we just here didn't have them all, but I think Bernie Flester might be up there as well. So it's Guadagnino, I think, round in first. Julian Kentel in second. Then Rosati in third. In fourth place, it's Bernd Flesner. And then Maciek Rakowski won his first round heat in the third elimination, is in fifth place. And he won't be qualifying if he stays there, but Bernd Flesner has stopped dead. And this will suit Maciek Rakowski. He's probably a lot lighter than Bernd Flesner. A little bit younger, so he might fancy his chances, and he has gone past Bernd Flesner. So Maciek Rakowski is up into a qualifying position, or is he? Bernd Flesner is lower down, so that might make a difference. We'll get a better idea when we come around this mark, but I think Maciek Rakowski is up into a qualifying position. So Dione Guadagnino round in first. Second place is Julian Kentel. Third place is Andrea Rosati. Then we've got Maciek Rakowski from Poland in fourth place. And then we have Bernd Flesner on his bow out event. He's retiring here in Silt this year. Okay, so okay, so we have got them all right. That is the top 4. So it's Dione, Julian Kentel. Third place is Andrea Rosati, and then Maciek Rakowski. And just behind them is obviously Bernd Flesner. Oh dear, we're just hearing there's a German guy in the wrong heat or something. That's what we're hearing. Okay, so that is the final 4. Don't think things are going to change on this last reach unless Bernd Flesner can get past Maciek Rakowski. Doesn't look like it from here. It looks like Maciek will get the big German, but he's having a go. Bernd Flesner going downwind, Maciek going with him, and Maciek's got to go underneath Andrea Rosati, so he will lose out, but he's actually just showed his speed and just sailed down on top of Bernd Flesner, and he will be qualifying for the next round. So Maciek Rakowski, he's getting better. He's getting through a few rounds now, so the Poles can have a reason to celebrate out there. So that's how we're standing. We're already up to heat number 5. Things are going kind of smoothly at the moment. I don't want to give anything the kiss of death, but it isn't super windy out there, but there's not so many big holes. So heat number 5, Menegatti, Cousin, Algrez, Asmussen, Franz, Yosin, Schliemann. You are kidding me. That is a packed, absolutely jam-rammed, as full as it gets, heat. That's a trouble heat, that is. Someone is going out. Asmussen obviously didn't do well last time. Franz didn't do well. Yosin didn't do well. But all capable of making finals. Schliemann as well has had a few good races. So in this sort of wind, we are going to lose some big name from this heat. We'll have to wait and see how it stacks up. If you want to get in touch, hashtag PWA World Tour. That's the best way to do it. Eric Decker saying got no sound, but that was 20 minutes ago. So I think we're back in and running. Ben, the wind increase. Can you figure which sails they're using? All on big stuff. It's as light as it gets. MB9, so Tati Franz with the best start, probably knows he's going to have to go some. This is as light as it gets in pedal away racing. This is 7 to 9 knots, they said before, which is kind of slim pickings. If it drops at all, they will be cancelling the race. So, but it's pretty steady at the moment. Gus were up to 12 to 14 before, so we haven't got that now. But we know Tati Franz is on his biggest sail, which is a 7.6. Is it big enough for this sort of racing? We'll soon find out. So we have one of the 0.7s going round in first. I'm guessing it's Menegatti, then Tati Franz, then Tristan Algrez is in there. We've got, who else have we got in there? Asmussen must be on the north.
We've got Italy for Menegatti.
Menegatti first. Tonki Franz. Yosin's in there in third.
And I'm not sure who.
Tristan Algrez must be in there. Yeah, so there's a Cousin's in there as well. So this is super tight. We're going to have to get called these all the way through because those 3 sailors in the middle all pretty much on the same gear, I think. So this is a tricky one, all on loft sails. Algrez, Cousin and Yosin all on loft. But it's the big Italian round in first, Menegatti. Second place, Tati Franz. Third place, Tristan Algrez, Yosin maybe, Cousin. It could be any one of them. Those 3 boys are going to be fighting it out all the way to the end, no doubt. Who have we lost so far? Schliemann's at the back door. Asmussen not looking too good in this. He needs to really be up there in these light winds, and if he's not there now, I can't see him coming back because it's not getting any stronger the further you get off the course. But it is Menegatti, Alberto Menegatti at the front of the fleet. Tati Franz in second place. Third place, I don't know. I hope they give me some mark roundings now. I'm just trying to pick them out. Very. Yosin.
And then Cousins.
So we've got Yosin, Cousins, and then Algrez. That in that order. So Yosin, Cousin, Algrez. And I'll tell you what, there's a fight, a real fight for that 4th place, and that is between Tristan Algrez and Cousin. So the 2 French boys really fighting it out. It's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle. At the moment, it's Cousin in 3rd place, but Tristan Algrez right behind him. Rounding the last mark in 1st place, it is Menegatti. 2nd place, Tati Franz, pumping for his life. He doesn't want to get overtaken now. Then we got Ludovic Yosin, and then we've got Cousin, and then we got Tristan Algrez. And that is what it's going to probably stay like until this final boy. We have to wait and see if anyone can find any speed. But it does look like Cousin's going to hold on to that 4th place. Yosin, the 3rd place. Tati Franz is going low, just trying to keep his speed. He's going to take 2nd place. But the winner, no doubt about it, Alberto Menegatti, keeping that fine run of form, qualifies nice and easily out of the 1st round. So, yeah, that was heat number 5 of Elimination 4. Obviously, Elimination 4 is when we get the discards. That's when things really do move for the overall rankings. Makes a huge difference. Like I said, the loser at the moment is probably Anton Kestel. He's not really got it together here in Silt, and he's dropped from 7th place overall to 10th, I think. Or maybe even more. No, 11th he's dropped to now. So he's 11th overall. It's pretty cold in the booth today. What else is going on out there? Come on, speak to me. Anyone on Facebook? Get on the Facebook site, leave a comment. Why not? Let's have a look, see what's going on. Obviously, if you want to tweet us, it's hashtag Peterway World Tour or hashtag Peterway Live. We'll stick them both in. Okay, F7-1, we're hearing first across the line. Obviously, that's Cyril Musulmani, and he needs a good elimination now. Really needs to get back in this. Obviously, Anand Degan in this, Peter Beale in this, Sean O'Brien's in this, Maynard's in it as a 5th seed. We got Lang and also Langer. And Langer we should probably look out for. He was disqualified from the first one for being a PMS, so he's the last seed in this. So a couple of tough ones here. But rounding first, I think it could be Finian Maynard. Anand Degan maybe in there as well. We've got Cyril Musulmani's in there.
Okay, for Ben we have
Finian Maynard in the first. Cyril Musulmani's up there. Anand Degan, Peter Beale, Sean O'Brien. So Vincent Langer and Marco Lang bringing up the rear at the moment. Sean O'Brien missing out in 5th place. So the top guys, Finian Maynard, does look like a bit of breeze out there now. Then Cyril Musulmani. Cyril Musulmani, and we have Peter Beale. Let's have a look. Yeah, Maynard, Musulmani, Beale. I'm just trying to figure out. I missed one, haven't I? I did say it before. Well, we'll soon find out when it comes on the next one. But Peter Beale was in there. That is for sure. O'Brien was in 5th spot. Anand Degan, there we go. Sorry, Anand Degan. He's sitting there at the top of the seeding. Obviously, I'd expect him to be right up there. So I think he's in 3rd place at the minute. So Anand Degan in 3rd. And then we got Peter Beale in 4th. But rounding first, tell you what, Finian Maynard looks like he means business in this one. He's actually pulling out a bit of a lead. 2nd place, Cyril Musulmani. Anand Degan, yeah, Anand Degan in 3rd. And Peter Beale in 4th.
Sean O'Brien.
So Sean O'Brien in the 5th at the moment, so he won't be qualifying for this round. He's going to need to overtake Anand Degan, which is definitely not an easy thing to do in this breeze. And I think they've had a bit of a coming together at the mark anyway. So it looks like those boys are in the water. So Marco Lang in the water. A few guys swimming around. Vincent Langer, I think, is in there as well. But the top 4 guys have really got away with this one. Finian Maynard showed his class, I think, here. You know, first round, easy to lose your head, and he, you know, in these light wins. But he's a big man and proved that he can put it together. So Finian Maynard getting out the first round quite comfortably here. 2nd place, Cyril Musulmani. 3rd place, Anand Degan. And then it's going to be Peter Beale taking that all-important 4th place spot and booking themselves into the quarter-final. This is obviously heat number 6. 2 more early round heats to go. First round heats, 7 and 8. But there we go. That's the top 4. We haven't had any cancellations yet. I keep saying that. I was expecting a few, but it seems to be going very smoothly. So Maynard, Musulmani, Degan, and Beale into the next round. Okay, we're into the last minute before heat number 7. Board, Cornum, Buzainis, Tosselli, Farin, Kosumina, Dunkerbeck as 7th seed, and Malena. So Dunkerbeck is going to push one of those top boys out, you would think. But let's wait and see. It's not been going all his way so far. Started in the wrong heat before. Not only did he start in the wrong heat, he actually was over the line as well. So it really didn't go that well for Dunkerbeck in the last one. So let's see if he can put it together in this. Okay, coming up to the start, not long to go. Can Cornum carry on his run? Had a good result last time. Well, actually, he ended up in the losers final. He was in the winners final until he took out Costa Hovo, and they both ended up in the losers final.
2, 1. Good start. Good start. USA 34. USA.
Okay, so Buzainis with the best start. Might expect to see Mr. Micah Buzainis up in this one. This is the early round, so we're kind of taking it easy on the commentary. We'll try and big it up a little bit as we get further through this competition. We've not had too many upsets so far in the rounds, but we have Dunkerbeck in this, and I'm not joking. He doesn't look like he's in the top 4. So rounding first is Micah Buzainis. Then we've got the 0.7 sale of Toselli. Then we've got the Blue Gastra of Board. Toselli, Bordes. Dunkerbeck has got up into 4th actually, and Tom Molina is.
Tom Molina and Sebastian Cornum.
I'll tell you what, Dunkerbeck's gone low there. Sebastian Cornum at the moment is quite deep. Farind quite deep. Molina's challenging with Bjorn Dunkerbeck, but Bjorn looks like he's got a bit of speed on this second leg. He really needs to qualify out this first round. He's looking 4th at the moment. I mean, that's not a solid qualifying position, but if he stays there, he will be getting in the next round. I mean, we're talking about Dunkerbeck and scraping in the next round, and Tom Molina's quite light. You'd expect him to be flying out these jibes. So we'll have to wait and see if Dunkerbeck can hold him off. Obviously, Dunkerbeck you'd expect faster on the reaches, but some of the lighter guys may be playing him better out the jibes. So it is Micah Buzainis leading this one. Second place is Toselli. Third place, Cedric Board. And at the moment, in 4th, it's Bjorn Dunkerbeck. And he's got Tom Molina right behind him. So he really needs to make sure he finds these gusts or these... He doesn't find the holes, basically, on the jibe. We know Dunkerbeck can jibe pretty good. So Micah Buzainis, Toselli, Board. And then we've got Bjorn Dunkerbeck. Good jibe from Dunkerbeck there. Plenty of power in that. Oh, I'll tell you what, who's Dunkerbeck? I was going to say, I thought he was going to sail overboard then, but he couldn't quite get it. So Slovakian 9 at the back. We've got Farin just ahead of him. And then we have the Severn. Oh no, the pride of Sebastian Cornum. So Cornum's got himself back in it a bit more. He's caught up quite a bit actually, but he's not enough to be in the top 4. He's up into 5th though, and he's right behind Bjorn Dunkerbeck. Bjorn Dunkerbeck can't risk a bad jibe, so Tom Molina leaves in a place. So Sebastian Cornum needed a better first mark round in, and he might have really challenged Dunkerbeck. But now you'd have to say to overtake, you know, Bjorn Dunkerbeck on the reach. I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's enough wind there for Dunkerbeck to hold these boys off. But it will be, as it's been the whole way around, Micah Buzainis winning it, Toselli in 2nd, Cedric Board in 3rd, and then Bjorn Dunkerbeck in 4th place. Very difficult to see the angle here, but I can't see much of the results changing from that. Let's have a quick refresh. Obviously, we're going to go straight into Heat 8 next, which will be the last of the first round. Heats in Elimination 4 here on day 6 for the GP Joulie Windsurfing World Cup in Sylt. That's pretty much how we're standing. I'm just going to have a quick look. How are we looking? Seems such a long time ago before we did the first rounds. I'm just trying to think, did Castell go out again? I don't know. I'm just trying to get my brain in gear. I couldn't remember. I know he had kind of a tough... Well, that's why, because he's in the next one. So Castell is in the next one. So we've got Angulo, who's won the last 2 eliminations, a man on form. We've got Jimmy Diaz, one of the best jibers on tour. We've got Castell, we've got Kiani, we've got Vestra, we've got Reki, and we've got Benoit Musulmani. So let's have a look how this goes. Castell, you'd expect him to get through this. He needs to get through this if he's going to save his result overall. CV1, so Josh Angulo again nailing the start. He is on it at the moment. He's in the zone, as they say, and he's got plenty of speed. Obviously, he was always better known for his wave sailing skills, but he always did the slalom, I think, when they went to Maui and stuff, and kind of did all right. He's got some speed, Josh Angulo, and now he's turned himself straight just to slalom. That's pretty much all he does now, and he's proving a real force to be held with. So it is Josh Angulo round in first. Benoit Musulmani, that's going to cause an upset in second. He's the last seed in this.
Okay, for Ben we have Josh Angulo,
Benoit Musulmani, yeah, in second.
Antoine
Questel in third.
Ethan Westera, I think.
Vestera in fourth, Ethan.
I'm not sure.
And then we've got, obviously, Kiani's in there as well, because he's on one of those simmers. So it does sound like Vestera, I think he's like 15, 16 years old. That's pretty good to be up there in the sort of top 5 at the first mark. Let's see when they go round. So it's Josh Angulo leading it out. Second place, Benoit Musulmani. Third place is Questel. Then we've got Kurosh Kiani and the 16-year-old Ethan Vestera. So putting on a pretty good show here. It's definitely not all over. We're only on the second reach and there's still a few to go. And then we're outside the first rounds. Then it starts to get interesting. Then we can ramp up the commentary and we can start to work out a few places. We'll have a look at the overalls and we'll try and do some calculations. But it is Josh Angulo. Seems to be a man on form at the moment. Pretty just cruising these early rounds. Second place, Benoit Musulmani. Then we have Questel. And then we've got Kurosh Kiani, I think. And then we've got Jimmy Diaz and Vestera. Okay, so that's it at the moment. Jimmy Diaz, he's going to give Kurosh Kiani a little bit of a run for his money coming in now, because Jimmy Diaz does not want to be out in the first round. Kurosh Kiani doesn't, but I tell you what, Jimmy Diaz, he's flying down this penultimate reach, and it's going to come down to this jibe mark. Keep your eyes on Jimmy Diaz. I think he's looking pretty good at the moment, and that's the battle between Kurosh Kiani and Jimmy Diaz, jibing together. Kurosh is going to need a good jibe if he's going to come out ahead of Jimmy Diaz. We know Jimmy can jibe. And as I say that, I don't think he's done the best jibe, that's for sure. And I think Vestera have actually maybe overtaken Jimmy on that jibe. So the 15, 16-year-old kid from Aruba really showing he maybe got some skills for the future. He's won the Junior Worlds and stuff a few times from what I've heard. So definitely a name to look out for. But leading it and winning it from start to finish is Josh Angulo. Second place, Benoit Musulmani. Third place is Anton Questel, and in fourth place we're guessing, it looks to me that that is Kurosh Kiani. So safely out of the first round for Kurosh. I'm going to go straight up to heat number 9, which is quarterfinals number 1. Van der Steen, Marotti, Ruscia, Larsen, Albo, Allen, Iachino and Baumann. Tough heat here coming up, no doubt. We're into the last minute for heat number 9. If you haven't looked at the overalls, it's probably not really much point in looking at the moment, because after this round we will get a discard. Okay, Van der Steen, Marotti, Ruscia, Larsen, Albo, Allen, Iachino, Baumann. Everyone be looking at Albo, needs to keep it clean. I mean, just having that consistency, having everyone expecting you to get through the next round, I suppose that powers you on. But any mistake, I'm not joking, there's enough good guys. If he isn't on this start line, he won't be in that top 4. He needs to still be on the start line, no matter what your name is. People, the racers now, don't really take that as anything. They just race you on the course. I'll tell you what, Kasper Larsen, he's on it today. He's pinged the start. Again, his name is read out over the start line committee boat. They read his name out as having the best start. So he's going to be on that loft, say, oh, someone catching a bit of spray coming down that first reach. But it looks like Larsen's going to be up there. Marotti maybe, Ruscia. Van der Steen, where is Van der Steen? Is he in that top 4? He's going to be on the Blue Gastro. We've got Allen on the Severn. So I think it's Larsen rounding first. Second place looks like Antoine Albo. Just looking, it looks like they're all parked up at that mark. It's never usually a good sign. Ben van der Steen's gone down. That looks very light. We'll keep an eye on that boat, but they're getting away slowly. No, they're all away. They're all playing. And it's very difficult to see from this angle, but Ben van der Steen is not playing in away. And we've also got the Severn of Steve Allen doesn't look like he's got away. Giacchino. Okay, so it does look as though we've got Larson right up there on the loft. We've got Albo up there. Giacchino, maybe not up there. We've got Rusha, who is up there on the 0.7. So Albo, Larson, Giacchino, Rusha. I'm guessing a lot of these actually. And Marotti looks like he's in there as well with the 0.7. Ah, no, it's not. There's Giacchino just gone round. So someone else on a kind of white sail must be Baumann maybe on the Pride. Was the only sort of see-through kind of white sail I can think of. He's in third place at the moment by process of elimination. Just having a quick another look. Rusha, Marotti. I don't know, Bo Larson. I think it's Albo in the lead, that's for sure.
Okay, for Ben, we have...
Then we've got Larson. Larson in second.
Casper Larson.
Yep, and then we've got Casper in third.
Casper Bowman.
And then we've got Malta Russia in the fourth place. Steve Allen, Marotti, and then we've got Ben van der Steen. They're all going out in the quarterfinals. This is big, big news. Tell you what has Larson, what has he been drinking? Well, we know what he's been drinking actually. What has he been eating? He is absolutely flying today. He is he's just absolutely going for it. He's making, you look at his results from the first two eliminations and you look at them today, finished sixth in that last final and he is qualifying from this quarterfinal with ease. So Casper Larsen, the Danish slalom champion, is right up there today and looking like he means business. Albo looking very comfortable at the front. We've also got Casper Baumann, the European and World Formula champion. He's actually just sailed over Casper Baumann. Casper really needs to get going. Can't get stuck below these guys. And he is. I tell you what, they're catching him. This wind must have dropped because they are pumping into a severe hole. Oh, come on. That can't be the way it's going to end. The boys are almost tootling down this last reach. Look at how much they bunched up. That's because the wind's dropped. It looks like Casper's going to hold on. So Antoine Albo crosses the line in first. Second place, it looks to be like Casper Baumann. And I think it is as it was before. I think all the four guys that we were said qualified. I think Larson does still qualify. Albo, Larson, Russia. No, did Russia drop back? He must have. I don't know. Very difficult to see that. I almost got confused, but they came around that last buoy and it all changed because that wind dropped. Looked very light on that last reach. We'll wait for confirmation of those results, but I think Larson was definitely in it. Albo was definitely in it. Baum was definitely in it. Russia, maybe I just took my eyes off him. I wasn't concentrating very well. All just looked like one big blur, so very difficult to work it out. Here we go, up to heat number 10.
Good start, good start. 8:24.
H absolutely nailing it, and Rosati as well. So Volwater and Rosati, Costa-Hovel's in this, Cordell's in this, Sylvain Mussolmani, Guadagnino, Kentel, and Rutkowski. So there's a few people to pick out from in here. It's going to be 3.7 sails, which is Rosati, Rutkowski, and Guadagnino. So that might be tricky. Especially as one of them is leading coming to the first mark. Is it Rosati? He did here, he got a good start. And then Peter Volwater in second place. Sylvain Mussolmani jibed early. They've all pretty much stopped. Matchek. Okay, Matchek ran in first. Then Volwater. Then Rosati. So Rutkowski, Volwater. So Costa-Hovel did pretty good. We're not hearing Julian Kentel. He's in a non-qualifying spot at the moment. It was Maciek Rutkowski who's leading this. So the young Polish fella's doing all right. He's finally getting it together. It's took him a few days, but he seems to be on it today. So Maciek Rutkowski going round in first. Second place.
Yeah, okay, results for heat 9. We have
Just hearing the results from Heat 9 just as we go.
Denmark 11.
Denmark 11.
AUS 0.
AUS 0. So
Italy 140. Netherlands 57. Croatia 401. And Italy 77.
okay, so Malta, Russia, it sounds like lost so much ground in that last one. He was finished last. So he must have had a terrible last reach, and it was Steve Allen that took that 4th spot. So top racing from the Australian to come back through it. That last reach killed Malta, Russia. He was looking in it all the way. But that's how it goes. So Maciek Rakowski's up there, Andrea Rosati's up there, Peter Vollwater. We have Costa Hovel.
Second, Peter Vollwater third.
I'll tell you what,
Gonzalo Costa Hovel.
Julian Quintal is missing out as we speak. And he's looking...
Quintel is in fifth.
Julian Quintal is out of this. If he can't get anywhere closer than this, if nothing happens to these top guys, if they don't hit a light patch, Julian Quintal is out in the quarterfinals, and that's big news for the top boys. He's already got 3 solid results, and this would have made him pretty much untouchable. He's leading this competition here in Silt on day 6, and this is a big upset. He's going to be out at the quarterfinal stage if he can't find some extra bit of speed. He's got to overtake Gonzalo Costa Hovel, who is in no shape or form to let Julian past. He will not let him past easily, that's for sure. And saying that though, Gonz has just overtaken the 3rd place rider, which will let Julian Quintal in, I think. No, he hasn't. He's let him go down. I think he actually let him off the hook. He could have just killed him. Costa Hovel could have just sailed straight over. I'm just trying to think who it was in 3rd. My brain's gone. Vollwater. It looked like he could have just sailed straight over him, but didn't. Did he do that to let Julian Quintal end up in the next one? I don't know. I think Vollwater might have held on to that. Can we see? It depends. I can't even see. I couldn't tell if it was Julian Quintal or Vollwater who lost out there. But Costa Hovel actually got a jump on Vollwater, sailed over the top of him, looked like he took his wind, and then sailed upwind almost to give him a bit of space. Otherwise, he would have just killed him and Julian would have gone straight past him. That might have happened anyway, but we'll have to wait and see for the results. Sorry about this. It's very difficult to see out there. Super far away racing at the moment. You probably saw better than me, actually. I was trying to keep my eye on a lot of different things, but it did look like Vollwater was in a bit of trouble. He didn't get a good jump out of that mark rounding, and Julian Quintal sort of smelt something, and he went for it. So Costa Hovel, I don't know, might have made a difference to that. If he didn't, Julian Quintal is out at the quarterfinal stage, but we'll have to wait for the results to be confirmed. Cousin straight across the line in 1st place. So an early lead, I suppose, for Cousin, but I imagine there's just a couple of metres in it. Menegati's in this, Franz is in it, Yosin, Cousin, obviously, Maynard, Cyril Musumani, Dagan and Beal. This is a hard one. Cyril Musumani has got a hard heat here. This is going to be a tricky one. But we know Cyril Musumani, he's sitting right up there in the overalls. So let's have a look. But it looks to me like Menegati's going round in 1st. 2nd place is Maynard. Then we've got the 2 lofts, Cousin and Yosin. Cousin in 3rd. Oh, Finney Maynard's just dropped off the plane. He's not moving. So Yosan in 4th.
Peter Beal has just passed him.
Peter Beal just gone past. Oh,
Everybody's going to pass him.
bad news for Finney and Maynard. Just couldn't get away from the mark. Okay, sorry, just trying to get myself livened up here. Okay, Menegati out in the front. 2nd place is Cousin in 2nd place. Then we've got the other loft, which is Yosin. In 4th place, it is Peter Beal. So at the moment, Cyril Musumani missing out, Maynard missing out. So this is big news. We think we might have had Julian Quintal go out. I say I think we might. It's very difficult to follow it at the moment. I'm just still waiting for confirmation of those results. But we might already have Julian Quintal out. And at the moment, Cyril Musumani is missing out. The overall results as we stand at the moment is Julian winning. Yeah, so I'm just going to hear the confirmation of the results coming over on the other radio, but it is still the same guys. So Menengati, Kusin, Yosin.
Argentina 3.
Argentina 3 was third.
XM421.
Oh my life, Julian Cantell made it.
H24.
So it was Peter Vollwater that missed out. So that is big, big news. Gonzalo Costa overtaking Peter Vollwater on that last reach seemed to be terminal for Peter Vollwater, and that means he misses out on a quarter-final spot. But it's good news for Julian Cantell fans. He is sitting in first place overall, and he is still in the game. It was looking like he might be out at the quarter-final stage, but that has all changed now. So Menengati ran in first. That last mark is so light. Second place, Kustin, then Yosan, then Peter Beal. So at the moment, it's Cyril Musumani missing out. But I tell you what, Cyril Musumani's just pumped, or trying to pump underneath Peter Beal, and this is going to come down. It looks like Cyril Musumani got the jump on Peter Beal. These boys are leaving it late. The guys that are sitting in first and third overall, Julian Cantell first, and now Cyril Musumani is leaving it for that last reach to make an effort. This looks very light. They're almost struggling to get going, on a reach. But Cyril Musumani, like I said, leaving it late, but he is up into the top four, and he's put out Peter Beal, so not a happy Peter Beal, no doubt, because he was in a good spot there and you would have fancied his chances. But it was Cyril Musumani who really put in a fair few pumps coming out of that last jibe mark, and he has made it count, and he is into the semi-final. So good racing from Cyril Musumani. He really needs a discard. He's counting a 13th place, and at the moment he's sitting in third overall, so he didn't really want to mess up. Same as Menengati. He's counting a 12th place, so every place counts, just goes to show. Okay, we go back to the elimination. We are on heat number 12. Confirmation of the results before. It was Maciek, Rakowski, Andrea Rosati, Costa and Cantell taking it. Peter Vollwater missing out in 5th. Okay. So Taddy Fran's out. There's a few guys out that needed really good results here, but the top boys are making it through. They're not making it easy on themselves, but they are getting through. Okay, last of the quarterfinals, Buzainis, Toselli, Board, Dunkerbeck, Angulo, Kestel, Benoit Musumani and Kurosh Kiani coming up to the start in 3. What has he been eating? Another one. Him and Larson today are flying. So Angulo, another good start for Angulo. Like I said, he's won the last 2 eliminations, and he can make his way to the final in this elimination. He might well be leading this event after 6 days. So let's keep our eyes on Josh Angulo, although he does look like he just got rolled. I'm not sure who rolled him, but he's about in 3rd position at the moment. Kestel rounding first. Josh Angulo. Cedric Board is up there on the blue Gastra. And then we got Benoit Musumani's up there as well. So who was on the first one? Kestel, Angulo, Dunkerbeck as well. Where is Dunkerbeck? That looks to me like Dunkerbeck is out the back door at the moment and not playing in. I would say last year something like a race like this probably would have been cancelled, but now we're all on wind meters. If it's still above 7 knots, this race continues. If you haven't got a big enough sail, tough titty basically. So rounding first, Anton Kestel. 2nd place, Cedric Board. Then we have Josh Angulo in 3rd. I'm trying to work out who's in 4th. Buzainis maybe? Yeah, Buzainis. So Buzainis in 4th. Then we've got the 0.7 of Toselli. So Toselli in 5th. And then we have Bjorn Dunkerbeck. Then we have Kiani and Benoit Musumani. Well, I tell you what, out in the front, running away with it, Anton Kestel, and he needs a good result. So Kestel is out in the lead. Cedric Board in 2nd. Josh Angulo in 3rd, just coming into your picture. And then we obviously got Micah Buzainis, like I said before, in 4th place. Oh, so Dunkerbeck's up into 5th, so it's not all over yet, but he's got to overtake Micah Buzainis. And that was a nice jibe from Bjorn Dunkerbeck, so maybe giving himself a lifeline here. Micah Buzainis will be watching his back, and there's a bit of a gust going through the competition area. This could suit Bjorn Dunkerbeck, so he is not going to want to go out at this stage. Will he get in the next round? We're about to find out. Looking pretty fast, but he's got to overtake Micah Buzainis. Like I said, these two have been racing for a lot of years, so both of them with a lot of experience. You'd expect Micah Baby to hold off Dunkerbeck, but no, Dunkerbeck has gone inside him. We won't get the inside line on this jibe mark, and he won't plane out of it, but where Micah Buzainis has. This is going to be an out-and-out drag race between Micah Buzainis and Bjorn Dunkerbeck for the line. Kestel's got it sewn up. Board sitting comfortably in second place, and Josh Angulo looking pretty comfortable in third. And the fight is going to be between Micah Buzainis and Bjorn Dunkerbeck, the two big men probably, both former World Slalom champions, I think. That is close. I wouldn't like to call it, but I'm going to call it. I'm going to say Micah got it, but I don't know. Yes. Oh, Micah Buzainis just getting ahead of Bjorn Dunkerbeck. That looked a close run thing, but Micah Buzainis will go into the semi-finals and Bjorn Dunkerbeck will be left out at the quarter-final stage. He's having a pretty much disaster of a competition here in Silt. So that's how we're standing. What are you thinking out there? Are you watching? Are you still with us? Yeah, you are. Let's have a look. We've got a few people out there. Who have we got? Leone saying, is Dunkey completely out? No, but he is now. Agent 8, great commentary, Ben. Oh, thank you. I think that's Mr. Martin back home. What's your feelings about the weather for the rest of the week? Looking forward to Tyree? Yes, looking forward to Tyree, Mr. Agent 8. Well, it's probably bubble just in the tent, actually. I'm looking forward to Tyree, and the forecast for the rest of the week, I don't know. Tomorrow looks like we're going to have full-on freestyle action, but we'll have to wait and get up tomorrow morning to see if it's going to happen. Today, Pedro said he's losing a lot of bets on the slalom. Not surprised. There's been some really big upsets. Ben, any idea of board speeds? We're getting 7 to 12 knots of wind. Looks like more like 20 knots. Well, go and tell that to Mr. Dunkerbeck. I'm not sure he thinks there'd be more wind than that. Okay, so we straight up with the first semi-final. Yes, we are. Albo, Bauman, Larsen, Allen, Rutkowski, Rosati, Kosterhovel, Quintel. I'll tell you what, it's that man again. It's Kasper Larsen, the Danish slalom champion. He's getting more advertising today than he's probably ever had. He is killing the starts today. Every time, just pinging them. He is on a mission. Silent Bob is on the warpath. So we'll have to see how he stacks up at this first mark. But every other race, if he's been up there at the first mark, he's been able to totally hang it with the big boys. So Kasper Larsen, it does look like he will be going round in first place, if that's not mistaken. So Larsen round in first. Second place, maybe Albo or... Oh, someone's gone down on the 0.7. A few boys struggling to get going. We've got also on the Severn in there, must be Allen. A couple of 0.7s not going so well. So Rutkowski's got to be one of them. Rosati's probably the other. But I tell you what, Larsen, he's having no problems at the moment. So is Albo by the looks of it. Bauman, maybe, is he up there? I think he might be. We didn't get... Matchek and Cousin we're having had a crash, so Cousin's still in the water. Matchek, obviously. Gonzalo. Oh, it's Gonzalo Kosterhovel, yeah, not Cousin. So it's Larsen out in the lead. Second place, Antoine Albo. Just trying to switch the radio.
We have France 99, France 91, CV 1, USA 34.
Yeah, so it was Micah Buzainis that got that all-important fourth spot. Just hearing confirmation over the radio. So some tight racing today, some big names going out, and some big names just squeezing through, and I'm saying just squeezing through. But I tell you what, Kasper Larsen's the man of the day. If he's not sailor of the day today, my name's... I don't know what it is. But it's...
Denmark 11, I think it's Larsen.
Yep, Larsen in first. Antoine Albo. Steve Allen. Julian Quintal up into fourth. Then we got Rosati, then we got Baumann. So Julian Quintal, like I said, he's not absolutely pinging these early heats. He just never seems to do it. Apart from in the final, he just scrapes in every time. And at the moment, he's doing it again. He's in fourth place. So in a qualifying spot, he will make the final again. But he's not dominating by any means. Larsen, on the other hand, just killing the early heats. So Casper Larsen absolutely flying in first. Second place, Antoine Albo. Third place, Steve Allen. Fourth place is Julian Quintal, and then Rosati just behind him. I think that is the way it's going to finish. Those top four riders will be in the final. So Larsen, another final. Tick the boxes today. He will be shooting at the leaderboard. He's not had, a very good first couple of eliminations, but the third elimination with a sixth, and this one top 8, he's looking good. So Larsen wins it. Second place, Albo. Third place, Steve Allen. And fourth place will be Julian Quintal, again in fourth place. So there we go. That's our first finalists. And we're going to go straight on to heat number 14, which is the second semi-final. Menengati, Cousin, Cyril Musumani, Yosin, Kestel, Board, Angulo, Buzainis. If Angulo can make another final, he will be rocketing up the leaderboard, and expect him to be probably in the top 5, top 4, could even be winning it depending where he gets. But if he gets in the final, the lead of the competition is up to him. He'll have 2 firsts and whatever he gets in that final. Actually, he'll have 2 firsts and whatever he gets now, because his first result was a 30th. Here's someone's.
Thank you.
Someone was disqualified for being in the wrong heat. I'm not sure who. I think that might have already passed. Very difficult. The sun. This is what I remember from last year. The sun going down over there, us looking there, miles away, and raining, I think. And at least we haven't got the rain today, but it's going to be very, very difficult. I'm glad we got the boys on the boat, just giving us the mark round that first mark. Makes all the difference to whether we get the names right. Yeah, we've got Elko on Twitter saying, great live feed and strong race from Micah in holding off Donkey for sure. You try and hold off Bjorn Dunkerbeck on the last reach. Not easy. Not easy at all. So Micah Buzainis, he is in this next one after qualifying from the one before. So Menengati, Cousin, Cyril Musumani, Yosin, Kestel, Board, Angulo, Buzainis. I'm expecting great things from Anton Kestel in this. He needs a good result. He can't afford to mess up. He's already messed up a few times. He probably won't mind me saying that because he knows that. I'm looking at results, trying to find him. He's, like I said, he's quite far down for his standards and where he needs to be. He's had a 36, an 11 and an 18. So whatever he gets in this one, he'll be getting rid of 36 points and should put him up a bit more. I think on the overall results, his discard is a 20th. So as long as he's in the top 20 here, he'll be taking places off his overall result. But more on that later. We'll not confuse everyone with that. Okay, so we are coming up to the start. 20 seconds for the start. Menengati, Cousin, Cyril Musumani, Yosin, Kestel, Board, Angulo, Buzainis. Who is your money on? I tell you what, Menengati's look good today. Kestel's look good today. Angulo's look good today. I would be thinking those 3 guys will be in that top 4. And the 4th place, I think, will be very difficult to pick, but I'm sure they'll prove me wrong.
Good start, good start. F71, CV1, USA 34.
CV1, US 34, and France 71, Cyril Musumani. So all those boys with good starts. Josh Angulo, again, with another good start. Will he make himself and get himself into another final? If he will, he could be leading this event but he's got to make it for that final. And that is no easy feat. Menegatti is not the mark. He's not going to be second to the mark. He's about third. Round first. Up there. We've got Castell up there. Josh Angulo's first. Berto Menegatti, Castell. And then good bias. I don't think Mike is up there actually anymore. He's not looking good. Well, that's pretty much how it stands. Josh Angulo, I tell you what, he is just fanging around at the moment. He's some real good kit combo that is working really well. Winning this one, Menegatti in second, third place. Was it? I didn't actually remember. No, Anton Castell. Fourth place at the moment. Cyril Mussolmani is in a good position to open that third spot, maybe. But Menegatti making that final, obviously, he needs to finish 2 places behind Julian Cantel. Really help Alberto Menegatti, but he needs to make this final. He's seen things change all the time, but Josh Angulo, what has he been eating? He's flying around. We heard he'd been eating, which is obviously the seafood thing. Menegatti. We've got Castell. Oh, Cousin. So we've not got Castell. So it looks like Cousin's going to make. Cyril Mussolmani's going to make the final. Menegatti. That's the top 4 at the moment. So it was Anton who's rounded well in the first, but he's back since then. Somebody's still in third place. Cousin, Cousin, the 2013 World PWA champion. Her brother is in 4th place, and he will be making if he stays there. So 4th place for Cousin, 3rd place Cyril Menegatti, 2nd, and 1st place Josh Angulo. Josh Angulo, I wouldn't put money off him leading after this round. Obviously, he's got 2 first. Albo has 2 thirds. Julian Cantel. So it's all going to come down to how those next final. They're all in the final, and that's going to be seen who is leading after elimination kicks in. Because obviously their third result isn't going to make counting a 30th with 2 first. So now he's in the final. He'll be able to hit 30th place. If he can win that final, he'd be.
Yeah, the tide's changed. Do you reckon we could move our finish mark for us?
Okay, so let's have a quick refresh. Let's see who we've got in the final. Obviously, Kasper Larsen, the Danish slalom champion, is in there. And he's been looking really good today. He looks on form. Finished 6th in the last final. Didn't have 2 good eliminations before that, but this 3rd elimination really turned it on. And this 4th one, again in the final. Tell you what, absolutely flying. Antoine Albo just Mr. Consistent. He never misses a final. We got Julian Cantel, again, super consistent. He is 2nd place overall for the overall, 2nd overall behind Albo. We've got Steve Allen in this. He pretty much come back strong in the 4th elimination, and he's in the final. So he could be right in the mix. He's definitely in for a top 4, top 3 position. Maybe top 5. I mean, he's made 3 finals now. He's got 3rd elimination, so he's right in it. He will put in a strong performance. He's in the final. Cyril Mussolmani, again, he's going to be able to discard his bad result, I suppose, which is in the teens. So this is really Josh Angulo, 2 firsts, and he will get to count whatever he gets in this next final. Cousin, kind of a wild card into this final, but it will help his overall result. I'm looking at Henry. We're thinking, is it losers or winners first? But I'm pretty sure they're going losers first. They only really do the winners first when they're desperate to get a result. and they want to make it happen. So I'm going to stick my neck on the line and say they're going losers first. So, that's how it stands. Josh Angulo, Julian Quintel, Antoine Albo, leading this event for Silt, this GP Duel Windsurfing World Cup here in Silt. Who will be the top 3 riders after this fight? 2 seconds and whatever he gets in this final. We've got Josh Angulo 2 firsts. We've got Antoine to where they finish overall. Also, I think Cyril Musselmani's got a first and an 8th, which is not a bad result. He really will open it all up. So we'll have to just wait and see how it all pans out. Got Monty Spindler online, he's watching, says thanks. Doesn't everybody? To get back up, obviously, because the 4 losers from that semi-final will be in this losers final, so they'd have to give them time to get back up to the start line. Here's the top titties comment. That is it. They're going to have to hang whatever they've got. If the wind picked up significantly and every time, the wind doesn't change significantly, so they will go straight into it, but they will give them enough time to get back up to that start line. We are in for a pretty exciting losers and winners final, no doubt. The winners final. It's obviously early days in this Silt regatta, but with them talking about doing freestyle tomorrow, maybe they should be for the start. So they just have to keep going and trying their best, everyone. They can never guarantee another day of slalom because the conditions are changing. Okay, we're getting ready for the countdown. Okay, that's the red flag up. So we've got 4 minutes until Koski, Kosterhovel, Kestel, Yosin, Board, and Booz. Hoping for a winner's final. He needed pretty much a good result. Oh, yeah, the 2nd, the 10th, and the 26th. So it's a solid result. You know, if you're anywhere in that top 3 in the losers final, you're pretty happy, I would imagine. Results all over the place. So if you're in the losers final, they are really concentrating. They really want to win that and get as low a position as they can. Okay. Who are we? He was in 4th place for the overall for the year before this competition. I've got my sort of provisionals. Costoval has gone up to 5th, so Costoval beaten him. Cyril Musselmani's overtaken him. You never know. If he finishes outside the top 9 here in Silt, he will just count his discard, which will be a 9th. But if you don't race, it isn't maybe as clear. The guys who haven't got good discards, overall for the year, so he's obviously doing enough at the moment, but his discards are 17th, so he really doesn't want to count that. Similar thing in the overall for the competition, as is we're in now. This is the fourth elimination. That is when the discard kicks in, and that is the same for the overall for the year. This is the fourth slalom event of the year, and that is when the discard kicks in. So big changes, I suppose, for the overall. PM Waterfon had the most again. He had 33 to discard, but he's having a bit of a terrible competition here and still just not going his way. Hasn't quite found the form that he had in Turkey. That's for sure. I mean, he was leading that event in Turkey. It looked like he was going to win it, but it sort of wheels came off towards the last couple of days. But a name we're going to watch out for the future, like I said, very quick sailor. Still got a lot of years left in. He's only in the early 20s. So let's get back to this. Losers fan, Brodacki, Bauman, Rutkowski, Costa Oval, Kestel, Yosin, Board, Buzainis. I'm going to make a top three. I'm going to go for maybe two loft boys. I'm going Costa Oval and Kestel. I'm thinking those boys are going to be real fighting out for that first and second in this. Third place. Buzainis. No. Rutkowski. I'm going for it. Pawla. Pawla is a girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Here we go. Officer. Okay, come on the officer. Officer. Nice. Here we go. Argentina 3. I thought he might be going for a Costa Oval. Like I said, this result is to be, well, it works out for the year. Changed sponsors at the beginning of this year to start Body Loft, and it seems to be paying off. Out there at the moment. I'm actually seeing. So Costa Oval. That just gone down the upward. Holland, he had a hell of a wipeout. That seemed to be a fair bit there.
Global Virtual Solutions. Global Virtual Solutions. Global Virtual Solutions.
So he will be right back in it. 4:40 next starting time. So we've got about 40 minutes until the next start. I've set the scene. We'll go get the results printed out. We'll get them updated as soon as possible. And I will be back to join you at about 4:39 and 30 seconds. So yeah, have yourself a break, put yourself a cup of tea, put some beers in the fridge. It must be getting to that time of day where you're allowed to crack them open, isn't it? 5 o'clock or whatever time it is with you guys, 4:40. We're not too far off. If it's a bit earlier for you guys, just go off our time. We're nearly at 5 o'clock. And we'll join you in about 35 minutes for the rest of the action. I tell you what we should do is try and get Josh Angulo, but can we get Josh Angulo? We could try. I think we should try. I think maybe I should stay online and we should send somebody out to find Josh Angulo, because it would be good to get a word from Josh. No doubt he'll want to get rehydrated, get himself sorted, so he might not want to come in for long, but I think we should try and get him in. So I'm going to stay online. Balls to it, but we're going to play a little advert or a preview of something now. Just have a drink.
And you just have to kind of build the team with who you work with and the test partners and everything, because the guys that are winning, I mean, they have a whole infrastructure behind them, and that's what I need to really establish and solidify, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. If I get a good result here, hey, right on, killer, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
But you
just
know,
part of it.
Yeah, it's more the getting the repetition of being in those finals and getting the repetition of not being scared to go and smoke guys.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? You know, the big names. We've seen Bjorn Dunkerbeck.
Do I need to hold this?
You have to tell me if they've got.
Because you're not holding one, and they obviously hear you. Oh, you got the little.
I got the little one.
Smooth guy.
I got to talk a lot with the hands.
Big smooth guy.
No, but I mean, okay. So you won the race yesterday. You obviously. I mean, I can probably talk about you probably more than you can. So you had the over early on the first day. Then you had a bullet. You know you can do it. You're obviously tuned in with your gear. Is this similar conditions to what you get in Boston, where you train in? What I mean, I don't know. What do you sail in Boston?
My hands are all taped up here, Ben, because
you've not been sailing.
I haven't sailed since Turkey, to be honest. I mean, don't tell my sponsors that.
Well, I think they don't care, do they? Look at the results. I'm sure it's like a salesman. If they think you're not doing anything, but if you're selling the goods, you're doing your job. Yeah. If you're bringing in race results,
I got to get out to Martha's Vineyard. The boys, the Douglas brothers, they got it covered out in Martha's Vineyard, you know. Robbie Douglas, he's pretty much the fastest guy in the world and on a kiteboard, and for a while on any watercraft. And then those hydrofoil boys came along, and then we just watched the America's Cup. And congratulations to Team Oracle, by the way, and all those guys. I mean, how gnarly is that?
I watched it, and I'll tell you
does that make you want to be a sailor?
I was going to say the increase in speed, ridiculous, just ridiculous. You see them because they've got the GPS on and everything. Yeah. It's like from 10 to 40 knots in, seconds, wasn't it? It was ridiculous. I enjoyed watching it, actually.
So, but coming back to the slalom, you know, the level's really high. A lot of young guys, a lot of older guys, and I'm one of the older guys, and that happens quick. Watch out.
I'm there. Trust me, I'm there. I'm already.
Like, I'm a young grommet, bro, and then you're just the old guy.
We're still talking about Ross Williams and these as being young guys, and then someone had to tell me the other day they're not young anymore, Ben. And I'm like, yeah, but they are, aren't they?
Their hair and stuff, you know. But Yeah, I want to say a shout out to everybody back home in Boston and also in Cape Verde and also Hawaii. I kind of feel like I have 3 homes. And, you know, I got my roots in Hawaii, all the brothers and sisters back in Hawaii. Team MBK, if you guys are watching this, aloha. Para toda a gente lá para cá ver também, queria agradecer porque vocês estão dentro do coração. And then the Boston accent, I don't know if I
I'm going to say, go on.
Wicked pisser. That's like throwing a little Aussie thing or something.
I think the Aussie, the Boston
didn't
one,
do good on that one, but
the Boston one's got to be a funny one. We got Leona saying, what fins are you on, Josh?
I rode 2 fins this whole event, a 44 Kashi and a 47 Kashi.
Okay.
I pretty much only ride Dave Kashi's fins from basically 37, 38 and up. And below that is mainly Tectonics from Dennis Parton. But this year we've raced pretty much on 9.5s and 8.7s.
It's been a light year.
So a lot of Kashis out there.
Yeah. What are you thinking on the tour this year? Obviously, Fuerteventura didn't happen. There's talk of it happening, re-happening. Is that an event you like on the tour? You like the windy stuff? You like what is? I mean, you were dominating out there today, and you can't say any other word. You were dominating. I mean, obviously, Menegatti won the last one, but you were there the whole way through both eliminations.
You know, it's funny when it comes together and you get in a rhythm because it almost seems, I'm not going to say easier, but it seems smoother. Everything kind of falls into place. And the thing I kept just concentrating on was the starts and getting clear wind and not getting caught up in the little scene down by the pin.
Little battle,
guys were getting caught up, and I knew that I had enough speed. If I got clear wind and a good start, I would be in the top 3 at the buoy, and then you got to just pump and breathe.
Pretty hard work out there?
Hard work, I'm broken.
I was going to say, because from here it's very difficult to see. We're seeing the action coming towards us, so you don't see, like when we had the offshore winds.
Who's filming this?
It's very difficult.
How big is the camera? How's the live feed?
It's kind of small.
Way the heck
it's kind of small. It's kind of small. We've got a guy on the first buoy giving us some mark roundage. Obviously, you can see sail colours. That's about as good as we get. To say individual sails, yours is easy. You know, it's the only real gun that's up there. I like your sail. I'm glad you were doing well because I was like, Josh, there he is. He's there.
Pick that one out.
And we get a call over the start line. So you know, when the start goes off, we hear CV1, good start. And there's one name all the time that they read out from every start. And you today, every heat, pretty much first name off the bat. CV1, CV1, and you know you're going to be up there at the first mark.
That was from the days with Phil McGain. You know, Phil McGain said a little something that I won't share here. Keep it to myself.
Come on.
It's a little nugget of information. But, you know, I just use that little saying, and I keep it with me, and I repeat it to myself when I'm coming to the start. And it's just, tell you later, sweet nothings in your ear. But, you know, it's a kind of, and then, you know, like Kevin Pritchard, that guy used to always kill it. And today I was kind of remembering his jibing style. Just stay nice and easy and mellow. Don't get too wrapped up in it. You just kind of got to take it easy, but still be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
But I'm talking like I got it under control.
Yeah, but that was it. It's a good day, like you say.
It was one good day.
Some days it rolls, and some days you say one good day. You won yesterday.
Right,
that's two. That's two in a row.
Good event so far.
Maybe that ties in with this. What is the reason that you're flying? Gear combination says lost some weight.
I always try to lose weight. I do like little diets and training, and but you know, I have a really nice life and a nice wife and kids, so we spend a lot of time together and a lot of nice dinners. And
sounds like my sort of training.
And no, but I definitely would like to be more fit, like to give it a serious run. And my equipment, you know, I switched masts around. I played with a lot of mast combinations, and I found a good mast that really works. I mean, like, honestly, you can go to your brand, gun sales in this case, any, order the mast, put in the sail, it's going to work perfect.
Yeah.
But then when you're at this level trying to beat like Antoine and those gnarly guys, then you need to like tune your stuff best you can. And then I worked on my mast. That was probably the main thing I did.
So, I mean, like I say, you've changed sponsors this year. You're back on gun sales for the third time, is that?
Third time.
Yeah.
Once when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old. And then a few years back, and then now again. And so the last couple years ago, and now the sails have a similar feel with Renato Morlatti's designs. You know, he has his special way of doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel at home on them.
Yeah.
And you know, it really comes down to getting a good start and sailing smart.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the overall results are here. These are the updated ones. If the event was to stop right now, that's where they stand. You'd be sitting in 8th place overall for the year. you know, obviously things are changing this year. I mean, in Silt, we're not over yet. We
Yeah, no, we got a lot more wind forecasted.
I mean, you're happy with 8th place overall? Would that be a...
Hey, like, you know, from where I was before this event, I was in 11th, but, you know, this is one of those things we shouldn't even go there.
No, we're not
this
going
discussion,
I like to look at
it's
it.
too early in the week, Dan, you know.
I leave you.
Start throwing wrenches in the works. We start, like, counting points halfway through. You don't want to do that.
I mean, that's what a lot of people actually do at National. They start, you can't do that. You have to race, you have to do as best you can, and that's pretty much all you can do.
Yeah, when the cards, you know, I mean, it's human nature. We all want to kind of know and see what we're doing. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
But when you've done it long enough, and I've done this since I was a little kid, you know, little Maui race series, all the brothers in Maui, you know, when we were kids in Aruba and my dad, I mean, we've been racing since we were little kids, basically, so...
I mean, you grew up doing everything pretty much. That's what it was in windsurfing. Now people seem to really go for one discipline or the other. But I know you and your brother, even Mark used to do the racing. He wasn't the keenest of the racing. I remember seeing a few of the Pride videos when I was growing up. And
well, if you wave sailed half as good as Mark, I mean, that guy to me is the best wave sailor in the world.
He was my idol growing up. Just to give you
to this day,
idea.
He's done stuff that no one else has ever done.
For sure.
I think everybody that knows wave sailing can agree to that. So. What's up with Fred Vining, Battle?
Yeah, there's a few boys on there giving you out.
You got to ask me, what does he say?
So what does he say? I was just going to say what
Fred Vining, that's my boy from Marblehead. Do you think the attitude in the Northeast translates to your sailing? Way to go, man. Great job, Josh. I think so. New England, for the first time last year, I snoveled show in the... Shoveled?
That's easy for you to say.
Say it 3 times fast.
Shoveled snow.
Shoveled snow in the middle of the winter, and fortunately these local guys pulled up with their snow plow and hooked me up because I was like a little donkey with the wrong shovel. I was like, I got the wrong, I thought I had the wide one, but you don't want the narrow one to really get penetration. But then, you know, sailing with the boys over there, basically we go out with hoods, gloves, booties, 5 mil, 7 mil, and it's like snowing.
Yeah.
And it's not even the waves or the wind that's gnarly, it's the cold, because you can just go out and it's like, okay, keep an eye on each other because you could die if you're out in the water. And I've seriously...
What we're talking, what sort of temperature?
Well, there's snow, so...
Okay, it's cold. It's cold.
So when it snows, so basically it's the first time in my life I was sailing where I came in... It got up to like 35 knots. It was like a 5.0, and it's like head high. But because of the cold, this little squall, I got so panicked, and I came in. I'm like, I'm just walking. I'm not going to sail back upwind because the cold can take you out. And you know, New England's gnarly. Everybody's the real deal. Our sports teams are the best. Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins. We kill it, and hopefully we got a good windsurfer from there too.
Yeah, exactly. We have at the moment leading the Silt event, which is easily the biggest, you know, world windsurfing championship we've got by a long way. We've also got Josh, you competing in the Aloha Classic. If you get an entry, you fancy it?
I'm going to be in Maui for the gun sales photo shoot, and I signed up for the AWT as the qualifier because I'm kind of out of the loop with ranking wise. And so if I'll give it a go, and if I qualify, I'll do the Aloha.
It's good to see. Good to see. We've got Dave saying, what size boards are you guys using for the light stuff?
I was on the Angulo Magnum 132. It's I believe 84 centimeters wide and big.
Yeah, big, the big one, the big baby.
I forget all those numbers.
Yeah. And size sail, 9.5, something like that?
9.5.
Yeah.
9.5.
Okay.
No, it was good stuff.
So there you go. I mean, I'm going to let you go because I know you've had a long day.
It's been a long day,
can imagine
but
just
it's good to see we've had some interest, and I appreciate you. And Ben, I want to just special appreciation all the work you've been doing for the PWA. And
thank you.
In general, keeping it going, keeping the
pleasure.
psych.
I mean, to be honest, it's pretty easy when you're watching the racing.
It's not easy.
I come back. No, but I come back.
You have a hard job. You got to keep the flap going all day long.
When you come from a racing background, watching racing is always exciting for me. You've always got positions changing. You know, it's never as much as you think it's going to be a.
The freestyles that you don't know half the things those kids are doing. So hopefully tomorrow we'll start Kitty and Golito. I could say that
could happen. Could happen.
How good are those freestyle guys now?
Crazy good. Crazy good.
Hopefully tomorrow we'll see some of that. Have a day off for us. I don't know. Is that the plan?
That's the plan. That's the early plan. Obviously things will change tomorrow when we get up and we see the weather forecast. But the plan would be hopefully a freestyle day tomorrow.
Yeah. So let's just shout out to John Papaspiro, our new Greek importer.
Yeah.
Aloha, John. Thank you. I see your name up here.
We've got Robert saying, do you think you can win in the strong winds as well?
Well, I think I can windsurf. I mean, that's what I do is I just windsurf on a board with a sail, and if I do that right, I can probably be in the running.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what it, I mean, I always remember the thing. Everyone thinks of you
windsurf
as
forever.
being, everyone thinks of you being a wave sailor. Yeah. I mean, that's
good.
I think of Josh and go, wave sailor. And then, you know, you look at past results from the Maui, when they did the Maui slalom and stuff, and you were, you know, up there challenging for the tops and did some really good results. And then obviously now you're focusing more on the slalom and the waves come in second. And you're just showing that, you know, it takes...
The waves I do for fun.
Yeah.
And it was a huge release and entering into a new phase of my life when I retired competitively in 2009. Because honestly, I'll go wave sailing on like 105 freeride board on a 6.3 and like funky conditions, but I'm just like carving in swells for years, man. I'm like linking the dots, like trying to imagine what the judges are looking at.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
it's
just to go like back in the ocean, this sounds kind of niche or cliche.
Yeah.
Cliche. Dude, just to be like riding through swells and actually skimming across the water.
Yeah.
Dude, how nuts
exactly.
is that sport?
And I mean, it is weird, isn't it? When you compete wave sailing, it's a lot different thing.
You guys, thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, everybody. Aloha. We'll see you soon.
Nice one. Cheers. So that's Josh Angulo. Always a pleasure to have him here in the live stream. And a lot of support out there, so good to see him on top at the moment. Obviously, this is day 6, day 5 of competition here in Silt for the GP Joulie Windsurfing World Cup. And like I said, Josh Angulo on top at the moment. Second place is, well, it's obviously Julian Quintel. Third place, Antoine Albo. And fourth place, Alberto Menegatti. Alberto, with that fourth place, does take him ahead of Julian Quintel in the overall championships. And that's how it stands at the moment. You can get all the results online. You can check out the pictures from today on the PWA website. And until tomorrow, we're going to kick things off at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with a skippers meeting. At 10 o'clock, they will decide whether they go for the slalom or they go for freestyle. The plan at the moment, I would imagine, is to try and push through some freestyle. We haven't done any yet, and it's the windiest forecast for the week. So if you want to check out the action, you want to know what's going on, tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock, obviously German time. I don't know what that is wherever you are, you can work it out, and we'll let you know what's going on. So join us tomorrow on the live stream for more action from here in Silt